Hi, my name is Ed Monahan, and I'm the director of Ekata Training Center. Childcare. What are your options? You have to work, so what do you do with your kids? If you're in the Santa Clarita Valley, Valencia area, then there are only a few choices. I'm here to talk to you about Ekata Training's childcare program called EkataCare. And I'm here to talk to you about why our program is so different. So stay with me as I move through this because it brings up some very important issues when it comes to childcare. So what are your options? Well, if you're like many people, the first and most obvious option during the pandemic was to keep your kids at home. Well, this is a very reasonable option because it isolates the kids, keeps us isolated from other people, keeps everybody safe, but it also opened up a whole can of worms, didn't it? So if you did this with your kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You had to homeschool your kids. That's what it came down to, right? So there were a whole series of issues that came with that, so let's talk about that. While online learning was a valiant attempt by our school district to keep kids in the learning loop, well, those cute little kitties certainly figured out very quickly that they could make it look like they were still following their lessons while veering over to YouTube, or being able to kind of opt out of classes. Oh, I don't need to be here, Mom. And we didn't know the difference, so they were kind of playing us. So it became now us homeschooling our kids, having to really spend a bunch of time overseeing the work that's typically done by licensed professionals, teachers at school that we never really signed up for. The second option was to rely on a friend. Now, this is a great option. Community spirit. Everybody chips in. This is great, but it's generally a limited time option depending upon your friend's tolerance for foreign invaders in their house. As COVID winds down and kids have to go back to school, adults have to go back to work, now your third option is to choose a child care provider. And in the Santa Clarita Valley, there are only several different options. The question to ask is, how can your child grow in a child care environment? Physically, emotionally, mentally. At Ekata Training Center, we specialize in all three domains. Most child care programs are well constructed. They're state licensed, LaPetite, Tutor Time, Sunshine. They're all state licensed programs with professionals. Your kids are very safe there. We know this because many of our parents came from other programs. Some of them even often offer enrichment classes. The only other options are Shin's Martial Arts, which is right down the street from us, in Valencia, which is also a state licensed program, and the One Taekwondo in Castaic. Now, to my knowledge, the One is not a state licensed program. And in order to function as a child care center in Southern California, you must be state licensed. So what's the difference? I'm going to share with you our program and our philosophy, and this will clearly prove why we are so different from our competitors. First, logistics. At Ekata, all in-service days and enrichment programs are offered as part of the program cost. There are no hidden costs. Many of our competitors charge extra for minor holidays, in-service days, for van pickup, drop-off. Many of the enrichment classes, all of these carry extra costs. I'm sure you guys have been given a teaser rate at some point by a bank or some other business, and it seems like a good deal when you start, but then once you're in, you find that you have to pay for everything a la carte, and you will never find that at Ekata Training Center. Second, we offer far more than just babysitting, and make no mistake about it, most of our competitors, while perfectly safe, are just that. Safe babysitting. If your child is going to spend a significant amount of time at a facility other than your home, wouldn't you like them to be doing something other than just playing with toys? Third, physical programming. We offer a fully outfitted fitness center and pediatric sports training for kids that accompanies our martial arts curriculum. Now, this is another huge advantage of our program. And here's another one. All the parents enrolled in our child care program are offered free gym memberships So you want to save a little bit more money, then get rid of your Gold's membership or your LA Fitness membership. That's a significant advantage. Shin's has a wonderful martial arts program based in Taekwondo. At Ekata, we teach Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee's martial art, which is considered the very first mixed martial arts system. So what our kids learn is kickboxing, boxing, judo, jiu-jitsu, self-defense. So this is a significant difference as well. It's very practical, and it's also fun for the kids. Shin's also has a rock wall, a zip line, trampolines. Awesome. All great physical activities for kids. They teach Taekwondo. This is a wonderful art. It teaches respect, discipline, focus, many of the same things that we teach at Ekata. So what's the difference? Here's the difference. My name's Ed Monahan. I'm the developer and director of our program. I've been a professor at UCLA for almost 30 years. I specialize in kinesthetic learning as related to attentional states and mindfulness-based practices. I'm a certified mindfulness facilitator from UCLA's Mindful Awareness Research Center. I'm a trained facilitator for resilience training from an entity called the HeartMath Institute in Northern California. I've developed all of our programs. I've worked with kids in scholastic and academic, recreational, and in research settings for over 30 years. This has given me a significant glimpse into how the child's mind works. This is the beginning of our programs, and everything is geared to help the kids learn, to help them really understand how to synthesize the mind and the body. Now, yes, we do teach martial arts. I'm an 8th degree black belt, and I hold 7 other separate black belt rankings and instructor certifications, and multiple certifications in exercise science-based practices. Our assistant director, Adam Ibarra, is completing his degree in early childhood education, and he studied with me for 2 years and is a longtime mindfulness practitioner. All of our programs are specifically designed to help your kids grow emotionally, physically, socially, mentally. Our martial arts curriculum incorporates cognitive learning therapies. It teaches social emotional learning. Our program, EkataCare, is designed specifically to help kids learn how to be empathetic, to relate, to understand how to manage conflict and manage stress. When the kids learn these skills, balanced with how to stand up for themselves, how to be confident, and understand a practical method of defending themselves, of protecting themselves when it's necessary to do so, and understanding the difference, the balance, this principle of yin-yang, understanding the delicate balance, but how to use self-defense as only as a last resort. But more importantly, how to relate to other people in a healthy way emotionally. In our program, kids learn about plant life, nature, the planet, other cultures, how to relate to people who are different. We have a specific mindfulness curriculum designed for the kids to help them learn to manage stress. We've seen a tremendous uptick in the cases of childhood stress among pediatric populations. The kids are in elementary school. They're showing the same types of stress that the teenagers used to show. And how do we manage this? How do we give them the tools to be resilient? This is what our program's all about. It's time that we give the kids that they need, what they need in order to manage stress. And we've seen this huge uptick in cases during the pandemic, leading to higher degrees of anxiety, even addictive disorders, self-harm with children. They need something to be able to combat these stressors that are facing all of us now, and they need it now. So you tell me, what's more important for your kids? There's nothing wrong with babysitting. There's nothing wrong with bouncing on a trampoline. Fantastic. But how is that going to translate into skills that they will use as adults? how is it going to change their personality to make them better people and how they affect the people around them and the world at large? That's the difference between Ekata Training Center and all our competitors. So the choice is yours. We only have 30 spots. This is for our school-age kids. We have 20 spots for teens. But after that, that's it, I'm afraid, because we really offer individualized instruction for the kids. So I hope to speak with you soon. Give us a call. I'd love to speak with you more and have you come in for a tour of our facility.